Hello, I'm Katrina Gabrielle. Once again, thank you for visiting my channel. Today we're going to talk about whether I can pick up thoughts of a person and how he or she may feel about you. Telepathy is such a thing that you can pick up what they're thinking. You can also pick up things about their characteristics, their personality, what they like, what they dislike. So there's a lot of things that you can actually pick up through just studying a person. And again, as with animals, I like to work with the person in a picture rather than the person in front of me. Although you can pick up a lot through a person if they're sitting in front of you, I think in a way it's cheating because you're picking up on personality and the body language of that person rather than what's coming through his thoughts. So if you were to have the question, does he like me? I would be able to tune in through the eyes in that picture of the person and ask the question. I will literally ask the question, do you like this person? And I will get a very clear answer. Sometimes it'll be an elaborate answer. For example, he may say, I like her, however, I don't feel this way about her, but I like her as a friend. All of that will come through. I've also had people try and ask me, where are we heading in this relationship? Is it going to be a long-term thing or is it going to be a short-term thing? Now, although I do see things into the future, I don't like to make predictions because every millisecond of someone's life matters. And if you change one little thing, then the outcome will completely change. To give you an example, someone came to me and said that they were trying to find a job. What kind of job will they find? When I tuned in, I specifically saw this person going off to Australia, even though that person had no clue that they were about to do that. They had nothing in front of them as a fact that they were going to go off to Australia. But I just had a sense in the pit of my stomach that this person is on his way to Australia. So I advised that person to start looking into things far afield, outside of the UK. So he asked me, why did you say that? And instead of telling him, I see you going off to Australia, I said, start looking outside of the UK, because this is where I feel. I didn't give him the specific country, but I did tell him to look outside of the UK, and that's what he started to do. Now, he ended up getting a job in Australia within 3 months of me actually asking him to look outside of the UK. But if he hadn't started to do that search of a job outside of the UK, he would not have gotten that job. So it really depends a lot on the actions you take for that prediction to come through. So it was very interesting because I didn't want to influence him and I didn't want to say look in Australia, but I just said look outside, and he did. So this is another thing that you can do. Without predicting, you can encourage the person to look in certain areas to help them to get to where they want to get to. The other thing about relationships, a lot of women usually come to me and say, is he cheating? Is he cheating? Is he playing away? I don't like to go into that kind of thing because I think it's harmful to go into someone's head to find out secrets about that person. I think it's quite intrusive. So I would rather say, go into the areas of the relationship where you need to work on. So I would, instead of saying, yeah, I think he's going to cheat, or I think he is, I would say, have you tried to talk to him about this particular thing in your life? Or I can say, you know what, he's not very happy about this, so look into that part of your life. However, there have been times when I've had to be blunt, and I have said to a client, do you know what, you need to cut this off right now. Very often it's just reconfirming what they already know. So when they come to me and say, is he cheating on me? I think the client already knows. They've had the feeling that something's going on outside of the relationship, and I will confirm to them that, yeah, this is what I see. And they will come back to me and say, yeah, you were right. But I think they already knew that. So a lot of it is the client will already know, and they will come to me to just reconfirm what they know without me actually being known to them. So as an outsider, I'm able to pick those things up. But there'll be more tips and more news and more information next time. So see you then. Thanks for visiting. Bye.